And look at that. From 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. So what was that? How many hours is that? Like 12 hours, 39 are ridiculous returns. Ridiculous returns in a short space of time. And I was just, and then I went back to this trade just to see how I could have maybe maximized my winnings a little bit more. And I realized that if I'd gone down to a lower time frame and I stacked my entries, so even though I'm in a short, I could have found more entries while I was in there. So by going down into the lower time frames, like 2-minute charts, and then finding a short within the trade, I could have even made even more. And through backtesting this setup and realizing that I left a little bit of money in the table by not stacking my entries was the reason behind taking the short in Ethereum and then taking the trades I did when I took my Ethereum short. And through that, I really fine-tuned my strategy and found a way to maximize. So a trade like this isn't going to come around all the time, no way. But when it does, you really want to really hit your foot on the pedal. So I could have turned the 40-hour trade, 39-hour trade into like a. So this one could have been 84-hour, and this one could have been 27-hour. This could have been over like, what's it, 84, 27. That's 111 plus 40. So that's 151. This could be the 151R. Ridiculous. And people say, oh, these type of wins you can't get. I backtested this, and this is very feasible. This could have easily been done. So now looking at this trade, this is what gave me the impetus to really change the way I traded, so that when I took that short on Ethereum, I stacked my entries. And what I mean by that is, once again, I'll go through the full thing of trade on my channel as to how I took this Ethereum short. But I stacked my entries. So when I found a good short on Ethereum, I did not just hold the one position. I took two more in addition to the position I'd taken to make multipliers on top of my entries. So where is it? And with these type of trades, these may happen once a week, once a month. But once you get these type of trades, if you're hitting like 50, 60R, that could be you done for the month. Like I've done these trades again for the month if I hit a trade like this. My Ethereum trade, I told you I hit like 16R, 25R, 9R, something like that. I can't remember. I think it added up to 50R altogether, all in a couple of hours. And that was because I was so confident in the direction of the trade that I was looking for multiple different entries on the same pair with similar stop losses. And it just compounded because my first entry gave me 16R, my second entry gave me 25R. My second entry was a smaller move, but because the stop loss was tighter, it gave me a higher risk reward in a shorter space of time than my first move. But this is all through backtesting, as you can see. I would never have traded like this on this pair if I hadn't gone back and reviewed what I'd done on S&P 500 and found a better way of really maximizing my returns. So that's why backtesting is so important, because it's not just all about catching out, looking at your winners and losers, but it's also it's not about seeing how you can improve on your losers. It's also about looking at the winners and seeing how you can maximize the returns on those winners, so that next time you come across a situation like that, you make sure that you squeeze as much out of that trade as possible. So with that being said, that's just left for you guys in terms of backtesting. Backtesting is so important, and it's something I used to shy away from for a long time. But now I'm seeing the power of what backtesting can do. Is it makes you more confident, so that when a trade comes along, you're like, okay, I've seen this before. I know what to do. This isn't something new to me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just crazy the returns you can get once you can, through smart money concept and even retail trend lines, combining them together. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Wyckoff is something that I've heard about it for a long time, but do you know what it is? I found this stuff quite daunting, because I'm a very simplistic guy. Even though my charts look complicated, I'm a very simple guy. When I saw all of this stuff, I was like, what's all this crap? Like, how am I gonna implement this in my strategy? But then I thought, okay, with something like this, I'm only going to use it when it's so apparent that this setup is Wyckoff, that it's not open for discussion. If I showed you this and I showed you this, it'd be very clear that they're the same pattern. And then so with Wyckoff, the good thing about it, it's not really that subjective. Once the setup is clear, you can kind of see it. It's very clear. Do you know what I mean? Like I showed you both, and straight away you can see that they matched. So if you're ever deliberating as to whether it is or it isn't, then just leave it. So and I'm not in any, because I'm lucky, because I've got other strategies I use. I can be very selective about using this. Sometimes if you have one strategy and it shows up once every 2 months or something, then you might try and find and see it everywhere you can because you want to take more trades. But if you have a multitude of strategies that you can use, if one isn't serving you and isn't showing up, then you just park it to the side and wait for it to show up again, and then you carry on trading with another strategy. Which I find is why sometimes the strategies that I don't use have like the highest success rates for me, because I use it so sparingly. Because when it doesn't show up, I just don't use it. So yeah, this is something I'm still working on. That was my first trade I took the whack off, but and it worked out for me. But I'll see how it goes, and I'll carry on some more. But yeah, I'm always learning different ways of trading. That's why I even watch his Nick channel. I watch so many different people's channels that trade completely differently to me, because I like to see confluence in how I'm trading, how they're trading. We get to the same result, both get profits, but we looked at the markets completely different. It's quite interesting. There's 101 different strategies out there, and they can all be profitable, but they can all tell you different ways of coming to the same conclusion. And I just find that really interesting. And when you can learn a couple of them and merge them together, it makes your strategy even more airtight, in my opinion.